I'm aware that I look like shit, but I woke up this morning to a bunch of fuckery that I wanted to address immediately. So I woke up this morning, and I saw that, well, I heard about it last night, but I hadn't really read into it too much. But last night while I was at work, it came out that Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty, which, can I say, is one of my favorite shows. I will watch Duck Dynasty all day long. All day long. Love that show. But anyway, Phil Robertson had made some not so wonderful comments about gays and other things that were brought to light in a GQ interview. And he has been suspended from A&E, which is what I found out this morning, that he's been suspended from A&E. Last night I only knew that he had made some hate speech type stuff. So this morning I woke up, saw that he had been suspended from the AE show, and I was a little flustered over some comments I had seen on Facebook. This morning, my friend Jessica, who you've seen in videos, you can click right here and see one of the videos that she's been featured in, she had posted a meme with Phil Robertson and like a quote of him like supposedly apologizing for making hate speech or whatever, but it was a really stupid meme. So I, being the sarcastic bitch that I am, commented back and was like, obviously you didn't see all the you obviously didn't see all of the hate speech about him and gays and all of that fun. This dumb bitch underneath me, who will remain nameless, not because I forgot, but because I'm not looking to start anything after this, because this is going to go up like immediately after I film it. This bitch had the balls to write, mind you, this is after I read the entire GQ interview, after I had read TMZ's coverage and a couple other like news pop culture websites coverage of it. This is what she wrote. Obviously, you did neither. Bitch. Hate speech is 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 hate speech. Hate speech is hate speech. Have I made myself clear? Have I made myself clear? Hate speech is hate speech is hate speech. Always, always, always. Now, when I read through the GQ interview, he does clearly say that, you know, people that aren't, you know, godly like him aren't going to see a heaven, and that, you know, he does make some comments about how homosexuality is wrong and all of this other thing. I actually even stumbled upon a sermon on heavy.com, of him, and where he talks about gays are going to hell and all that fun stuff. Now, I do not agree with Phil Robertson on any stretch of that matter of any sort at all. I don't. I think it's really interesting that how A&E has kept this under wraps for so long. Like, how is this just coming out? I mean, the show's been on for 3 seasons, 4 seasons. It's been on for a minute, and they've been keeping this under wraps with him. So how is all of this ultra Christian propaganda type stuff coming out just now? And on the show they portray the family to be, they're a predominantly Christian family, everyone knows that, but they don't show that side of the family, and they're tuning it down. And even said in the GQ interview that they do turn them down a little bit for, you know, to span across, you know, wide stretches of audience, which I think is wonderful. I think the Robertson family on TV is a wonderful family, and I think that they are still probably really wonderful people outside of, you know, the television show. But I think people are getting really up in arms about this whole Phil Robertson thing. It's really not a big deal. It is one ignorant man who, I mean, mind you, he's 67 years old. He's not exactly in the same generation as, you know, a person of my demographic who is a little more open-minded to this kind of a thing. So it's going to be a little, our feelings are going to be a little different. Phil also comes from a very different place in his life. He was, you know, he is actually a Reformed Christian. He was, you know, kind of into some bad stuff when he was a young child or a young man. And then he found Jesus, and now he's, you know, changed in a different man. He's going to preach the gospel to the world, and I think that's wonderful. But you can't just be impeding that kind of stuff openly when you are a public figure, sir. Like, I understand, like, what you're doing in your personal life is you, but you cannot let that stuff get out, because people flip shits. Everybody is flipping shits. And it's really not that big of a deal. It's one man and one man's opinion. Just let it go. Most of us don't even live in Monroe, Louisiana, so we don't have to worry about it. At least I personally don't. I feel that A&E did the correct thing as for, like, permanently or indefinitely suspending him from the show. I think it's probably best, just for their image, to not show that kind of stuff, because a lot of their shows have many gay followings, and I don't think that that would be good for their image at all. So they're trying to protect themselves and Phil at the same time, because they don't want him to do or say anything else to make himself look even worse. They're like, you know what? We're going to treat you like a 5-year-old. You go stand in the corner, think about what you did, and when you decide to behave, we will think about letting you come back out to play. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting? So don't let this thing get you guys all up in a huff. It's really not that big of a deal. There will be something else next week to get you guys all up in a huff. But this really isn't a big deal. Everyone's blowing it much higher out of proportions than it needs to be. So I know I said this Friday video was going to be my last video for the year, but I just couldn't let this fuckery go on anymore. So please do me a favor and click the like button if you liked it. Click my face if you want to subscribe. And click over here to see what happened, well, on the last video. It wasn't last week. It was pretty much yesterday. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Merry Hanukkah. Whatever. I'll see you guys later. Bye.